So this is how home sellers can instruct their agents to broadcast buyer agent compensation, not on the MLS, but everywhere else, on their website if they don't have an MLS feed, on social media, on their yard signs, at broker caravans. All the ways agents used to sell homes before. Now, you might not want to offer buyer agent compensation. You might want to wait a week or two, but if you're not happy with the offers, if you're not happy with the amount of offers, if you're not happy with the amounts in the offers, you might want to consider broadcasting buyer agent compensation. Why? Well, for the last 50, 100 years, really since the dawn of the MLS, agents have been saying we should incentivize buyers agents to bring their buyers to the property. And I can tell you from experience, doing that works for many, many properties. Slow markets, it works. Over-improved properties, it works. People who want to sell to the least price-sensitive buyers, which are relocation buyers, it works when you incentivize those agents to bring their relo buyers. It works all the time. My friend Matt Jones from favoriteagent.com, he might be retired now. I know his son is still in real estate. He wrote a book on this and had data in his subdivision in which he showed that when he was offering 4%, his clients sold property faster to more offers and for a higher net. He had that data in a subdivision where it was easy to see what the properties were worth. And I've been talking about this for 20 years on the internet. So there are times incentivizing buyer's agents, whether the initial 3% or extra, will help you sell homes faster. Not always. And so therefore, every seller, if it was me too, I'd probably go up on the MLS and try for a week to see if I could sell the home for what I thought it was worth. And if I didn't, then I'd instruct my agent that we'll have a new open house in a week and a half or 7 days. And we're going to incentivize the heck out of agents to bring their buyers to the property. And we'll have a great process, which will stack all the offers. We'll rank them. And hopefully I'll get a higher net because I was offering buyer agent compensation. But even if I don't, I'm selling my property. I kind of know that I've done the best that I could. So there are times to do it. Now, I'm going to go over the risks. I'm going to try to do it fast. Compromising buyer agent fiduciary duty brought up by the DOJ in the class action suits. 2 levels to it. The first level is, I think it can be solved by offering flat fees. So if you're thinking of offering 2%, and let's say it's on $1 million home, just offer $19,000. Say we're offering $19,000 upon the successful close to a buyer agent, and take 1,000 of it and say, and also 1,000 of this goes to the buyer's attorney. If the buyer is requesting compensation, whether because we broadcast ahead of time or as part of an offer, we need to have an attorney counseling the buyer about all the risks involved in having their agent paid out of this transaction. That the money's coming from the buyer, it goes to the seller, and the seller at closing allocates some of it to their buyer. So really they could have got a price reduction. We have those forms. We have a waiver. We have an acknowledgement of where the money's coming from, handwritten by the buyer. And we say, by the way, have an attorney on your team. They're getting paid. They need to get paid on the HUD if you want money to go to your buyer's agent. This eliminates so many of the problems. Because it's a flat fee, that's really minimizing the risk of a compromise of fiduciary duty. So a well-advised seller, buyer signing off on the forms with an attorney on their team, I think we can wipe out that DOJ concern. Almost down to zero. Steering, same thing. We can go more into the weeds in videos, but let me just say, right now, steering's kind of messed up, and the issue hasn't been solved. Right now, buyers are having to sign forms with buyer's agents saying, we'll pay you 1 or 2%. And many times a buyer's not going to want to pay out of their own pocket. So they're going to say, so we've got to get it from the seller. So that, if you as a seller say 0 or half or 1, those homes aren't going to be showed by a lot of buyer's agents because they're saying, I want to get paid 2. So they're already, this process, either way, there's a steering risk. So you're going to want, if you're selling your home and there's buyer agent compensation, you're going to want our waiver, our acknowledgement to be signed. That's other videos. But really, what you want to do is work with a certified seller advocate. Certified sellers advocates, which you can find them by going to our website. We'll introduce you to them, make sure the process is working for you as a seller. They're going to have the form for buyers to sign. They're going to have the process to make sure the buyer gets an attorney. You're going to be well informed by me. We'll have Q&As, we'll have webinars, but right now you're seeing this. We're going to try to eliminate all these steering risks, all the compromise of the fiduciary duties. Again, the process is designed to take out the issue that you might be predetermining buyer agent compensation. I mean, there is a risk to doing it. The buyers can say, I was confused, they took away my right to negotiate, but we're going to have them sign a form saying, hey, I understand, I could have negotiated the price down, but I'm asking you to pay my agent instead. And the money's coming from me. I understand that. So, the waiver, I don't know that the waiver is going to stand up, but we're going to have, and there'll be a video in your Certified Seller Advocates membership area or ours that explains that disgruntled buyers in down markets particularly will go see lawyers. If lawyers think they've got easy, low-hanging fruit, they're going to call up and ask for money, and they're going to hope there's insurance there. But if there's not, they still may pursue it. We're going to try to mitigate all that by having the buyer sign a waiver in which they say, I understand that my agent does not have to get paid and won't be paid unless I request it. And by requesting it, I'm also going to waive my right to participate in any lawsuit that discusses the fact that my buyer got compensated by the seller. And that I've spoken with a lawyer, and the lawyer has explained this to me, that it's being done for my benefit so I can feel comfortable in this transaction, but I could just use that same money towards the purchase price and then pay the agent with my own money. And by the way, for people who really want to know, we could arrange the transaction that way too. Now, other possible risks. There are some. I'm sure over time we might even make this form stronger and cover some more of those risks as they develop, as we see them. So anyway, and this boilerplate, as we're consulting with lawyers and agents, over time that boilerplate is going to improve. So this is October 2024. This is our form. It is really designed so that no one can say you worked with your listing agent ahead of time to predetermine how much the buyers were going to get paid. You had just discussed compensation with the listing agent for the work they did. You signed the listing agreement and went up on the MLS. And then later you came back and said, let's really try to market this home the way realtors have been doing it for years and years. Let's market compensation to buyers agents because I'd like to have lots of people come see the property because I think I'll get multiple offers and I'll sell my home for what it's worth. So to find a certified seller advocate who's got this whole system, the two-step listing process that I'll be talking about, all the forms and the waivers, and to feel well counseled and with an optional chance to speak with an attorney or an attorney that's part of my team, if there's enough demand, go to Certified Seller Advocate, certifiedsellersadvocate.com. My name's John McConnin. I'm a real estate attorney and a broker. This right now is for California. I need lawyers in other states to do this. So if you're a lawyer in another state, also go there. I'll put up, I realize I got 3 things I got to do now for home sellers, for agents, for attorneys. But we'll get that done. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.